Hello everybody. Kuyabanda guys, it's winter. And then kubanda njena. I remembered namhlanje, but actually ndandithenge heater. Yebo. I bought myself a heater and so mandlayita heater yam actually. Yebo. So ndayikhangela heater, took it out of its box and then ndayiplaga sana. Ndayiplaga heater yam ayalighter. And I changed plugs. I moved around the cord because I'm thinking or something like that. And I realized but heater I sebenzi. So the last time I used it was last year in August. And then I picked it up and I forgot box and I forgot wardrobe in. So now Kebanda, I need it. I remembered it. So what I did now is I looked at it and it still looks brand new. It still looks fine. And I realized about okay, wrong heat. And obviously by looking at it on the outside it looks good. So that doesn't help me. So I decided about okay, let me open it. And I looked trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I still didn't know what is wrong with it. And then I started to examine it. I opened it even further. And I realized about both the bars is my lap. I opened up the bars and I took out the cylinder. Now when you open the bars and you take out the cylinder, you carefully open the cylinder, you find that there's lento are springs. There's a spring. But the other thing, as you can see, was that the spring and the reason why I light it on the plug is because the spring that is helping to carry the electricity through to the bars so that light the heater when you to the heater and allow the bars to light up is have disconnected. So light anje, but nothing happens because there's nothing connecting the power to turn on the bars and the heaters are light. And so I realized while I was sitting here trying to fix the heater, I realized that so many of us look like the heater. So many of us look good. So we've got our brows on flick, we've got our weaves, we've got our lipsticks, we've got everything else, our clothing that make us look good. But now the sad reality is that we don't see what is happening inside. We do see what happens ngaphandle, where Osam smile, where Osam laugh, where Osam are bubbly and everything else. But truth of the matter is we don't know. We don't see what happens Osam inside of them, inside their heads, inside their minds, inside their souls, inside their hearts, because it is only God who is able to see there. Now, iblande wanesienzile as people is that we have resorted to opening ourselves up to people, whether it's your friends, your family, people you meet, people you go to church with, etc. We open ourselves up to them, and that's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, because but the problem then comes in when, in the long run, your vulnerability, everything that. And all of the people that you've opened yourself up to, they know your weaknesses now. They know your fragile points. They know your nakedness, which they had induced. So in the long run, it's easier. We are susceptible, Kobo. We are susceptible to being hurt more by them. You understand? And unfortunately at some point that happens where they hurt us. That happens where the situations we put ourselves in hurt us. And I don't want us to shift the blame and blame other people, because City who opened ourselves up to other people. And so I realized that in our brokenness, I realized that a lot of people punish themselves for being broken, for being hurt, for being sad, for being weak, for the mistakes that they made in their lives. And I do not want us to punish ourselves any further. I want you to understand that at some point, it will all work out. It will all be alright. But I need us to also understand that we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to be true to us. We need to acknowledge that we are broken. We need to acknowledge that we are sick. We need to acknowledge that we are sad. We need to acknowledge that we are weak. And therefore, even though we had opened ourselves up to other people before, can we just give God the last chance? Can we give God the last try? Can we allow God to open us up? Because when God opens us up, He looks at us, and He doesn't just stop at looking at us. He fiddles and tries to see and He finds our brokenness. He finds ezazindo ezingasaconnectanga anymore, ezazindo that have disconnected, ezazindo that hinder us from reaching our full potentials. And then uThixo is the one that mends us ukuze sikwazi ukukhanyisela ihlabathi. And in my context, ukuze ndikwazi ulayita ihita yam, I need to connect ezi zinto zimbini, and the heater yam izawulayita. So may we not be harsh to one another. May we not, most importantly, be harsh to ourselves. May we allow ourselves to go through pain. May we allow ourselves to go through storms, because those storms, they strengthen us. They give us strength. My last post to be city, faith it until you make it. And when the city to somebody that our problem and our blunder or our mistake is faking it, thinking that because we are faking it, we will make it. And when we fake it, we will never make it, because we are not giving God the true us, the real us, the original us. God wants you at your original state. He wants you at your broken state. He wants you at your weak state. That is how God wants you. So I hope that we will be able to trust God one more time, because sometimes we give up on God. Sometimes we are like, there's no God. Sometimes we're like, even Lord Tikus Fulatel. But can we just please give God another chance? And submit Him. Go to God as you are. Don't fake composure. Don't fake imposture. If you want to go to God crawling, go to God crawling, and God will fix you. God will lift you up. So faith it. Have faith in God. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that things will work out until you make it, and things will work out, and God will meet us at our point of need.